Hey guys, Johnny Zombie here, back with another review of the PS3. As you can see, it says on the box, which should still be a relevant review because it's going to be working for the PS4 sometime in the future. But yeah, it's the wireless Pulse stereo headset from Sony. Um, and let me pick up the box. We'll take a look at it here. Um, Yeah, it's worth mentioning. I've had this for quite some time. I've had it since earlier in the year. Um, yeah, let's take a look at the box. Yeah, as you guys can see right here, it's compatible with Windows PCs. Looks like 7 and up, and of course Apple stuff, Macs. Um, yeah, it's got it transmits its signal via there's a let me see, there's a wireless dongle right here. I don't know that it's technically, you could technically call it a dongle. It's like a little USB stick. It's I think it's Bluetooth 2.0 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, transmits I think um, well, the not I think I know rather the chat and the game or movie or music volume or whatever else you might happen to have coming through the speakers. Um, yeah, I've made some additional talking points here. Yeah, I suppose the first thing I'll address is the price. It's actually quite reasonable for what it is. I think this is the best wireless headset that you can get on the market. Um, it's I'd say on average you could find it for around 80 new. That's what I got it for. I've seen it for as much as 90 to 100 roughly. But that, I think that's way overpriced for it at this point. It's came down in price quite a bit. But yeah, you should be able to find it on average new anywhere from about uh, 70 to 80 now. Um, yeah, and as I mentioned before at the beginning, it's PS3 compatible only at the moment, but Sony has publicly stated that eventually it is going to be compatible with the PS3 via, or excuse me, via the or with the PS4 via a patch in the future. So that should be simple enough. I would imagine it won't be too very long before, maybe early next year. I would imagine by the time they have that set up where it'll be compatible. Um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, the operating frequency. It operates across the 2.4 gigahertz band, if I'm not mistaken. So you might get some occasional interference from, like, say, like if you've got a wireless phone in your house, or like a microwave on, or something like that that it's close to. But I've experienced very little. It's actually the sound quality is quite clear for a wireless set. I can't say that it's as clear as I've owned a wired Sharkoon set in the past, and some wired Turtle Beach stuff in the past, and I can't say it's as clear as that. But I don't know. The chat's probably as clear as those, but I would say that everything else, like your game sound and movies and music and stuff's probably not as clear, but it's still really good. Still really good for what it is. It has built-in noise reduction and all that. So yeah, that's bound to help quite a bit. Um, let's see what else. Give me just a second here. I'll scroll. Um, oh yeah, well, yeah, of course I can talk about the sound quality between different sources or source types. Um, in particular, I know you guys are wanting to know how good it is for gaming. I'm sure, and it's excellent. I can tell, as you can see on the front of the box here, it has the 7.1 virtual surround sound. I can tell that it's absolutely on par as far as the surround sound simulation capabilities. It's on par with any of the other wired surround sound sets I've owned. This is my first wireless full-size set, by the way, so keep that in mind. Yeah, and it's just across the board, which it is worth mentioning that even though now the surround sound works with movies like Blu-ray movies and stuff like that. It didn't before, like straight out of the box. That was a patch that Sony came up with, or in a patch that Sony came up with on the PS3. But yeah, so it worked out of the box with games, the surround, and now it works surround with everything, from what I understand. Sound quality with movies is also excellent. Music, I'm a bit pickier, I'm a bit more discerning. So yeah, I don't like to use these for music. I've got an AKG, a wired AKG, like studio reference monitors, or rather a headset that, or headphones rather, that are much better quality for music listening. So I generally don't like to use these for music, but I would imagine they would suffice, just depending on, your preferences and style of music. Like that, they might not be so bad for like more, say, like dance oriented music or hip hop or something like that. But yeah, I don't think they're uh, great for like more rock oriented music in particular. um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, the chat quality, it's really good. It's quite clear. I think that they're every bit as clear and on par with any of the wired sets I've ever owned. So nothing to worry about there. Let me go ahead and put the box down, and I'll show you guys the headset itself. It's pretty sharp, I think, for what it is. It's really well built. I think it's pretty solid. You can see that's the headband fully extended. I've got kind of a bigger head, and it's an excellent. It's far and away the best option I've seen if you've got a large head. I mean, it really, a really big headband, and really, got a wide curvature to it. Yeah, let's see what else. I can show you guys how it's got a retractable mic. Show you how that extends. There we go. Yeah, just like that. And it's got an indicator light there on the end of it. That little there's like a clear bit, like right there. It lights up blue when it's on, and then when you mute it, it's purple. So it gives you a really clear indication as to whether or not the mic is muted. And it turns on and off just by there's kind of like this side. Both sides look the same pretty much, but this side's actually kind of clicky up top here, like a button, and you just hold it down, and that's what turns it on and off. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh yeah, you got the surround sound button, turn on and off up here. I never mess with that though, or I primarily just use it for games and movies. I just leave it on at all times. Yeah. Also, as far as the virtual surround sound goes, the directionality of the simulated surround sound is great. That's absolutely on par with any wired sets I've ever used. Like, it gives you a much wider field of sound as far as being able to, well, for example, being able to pinpoint enemies better, like in shooters and stuff like that. Like, you can't only, or not only can you tell front to back and side to side, you can actually hear, like, say, like northwest or northeast, and it's much more directional, as far as positioning goes. Are really nice. The ear pads are quite comfortable. They're I'm not sure if that's they actually feel like they're real leather, but I can't say for sure. They've held up quite well, whereas like most like fake leather products I've had in the past have worn down like really quick, and they just kind of disintegrate. And yeah, these haven't. Um, Really well padded. Yeah, they're really comfortable, and they're easily removable and easy to clean. But word of warning, when you when you do take them off, they're kind of tough to get back on. I had to take a butter knife before, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Um, there's kind of like a gap right there. You got to kind of like shove the excess of the back of the cover down in there just to make sure they stay on good. Yeah, otherwise they'll slip off really easy. For as big as the headset is, I'm kind of surprised by the weight. It's actually very lightweight for the size. Um, yeah, so they're really good for longer sessions. The clamping force might look like it, might be severe due to the curvature, but it's actually not. The clamping force is quite light for as big as these are. Um, I personally think that, at least from what I've seen thus far, that the most comfortable headset, if you're looking for something, the most lightweight and like least clamping force, something you could wear for an extremely long time, would probably be the Astro A30s. But again, that's a wired option. I really wanted a wireless setup. So yeah, until Astro can maybe come up with some wireless A30s or something like that, I think these are the next best thing. And so let's see what else. Got some other talking points here. Yeah, the headband. The headband's comparably cushioned to other other headsets that I've had and seen and worn. It's as you can see, there's nothing up top here, which is nice. Usually there's like an excessive amount on top with a lot of other headsets, and not enough on the bottom, which is very strange. But yeah, this is plenty well padded, in my opinion. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh yeah, the speaker size. I think they're 40 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken, which seems to be about the average nowadays. So yeah, really. Oh, that slipped off. Yeah, had an ear pad slip off just now, but yeah, that's fine. I guess I could give you guys a better look at what that's what the speaker's like. Yeah, totally. There we go. It's covered by I guess it's kind of like a pop filter, like a cloth pop filter. So yeah, that's cool. I kind of dig how they're angled like that too. It seems like they would get, like the sound would be like better, aimed toward your ear canals. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Or rather, the speakers being aimed better, your ear canals would, give you a clearer sound. And yeah, I mean, there's I mentioned all the positives pretty well. I think the one major negative or major gripe that I have about it, if you guys can see the volume adjustments here, the front one is for the chat, and the rear is for the overall volume. The thing that sucks about that, you almost have to adjust them together, like at the same time, to get them to level out and balance out right, as far as the they seem to influence one another in an odd way. And by that I mean, like, both of them seem to, like, you have to manipulate both of them in order to get the chat and the chat volume and the overall volume balanced out. Like, if you just tried to adjust the chat volume, it would also affect the overall volume, and vice versa. So yeah, that's a really wonky design choice. I think I really don't like that. and they're really easy to tap and have them like basically reset your volume, your volume levels. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Um, but yeah, other than that, I think that just about wraps it up. As far as comparing these to other sets, I mean, I think Triton has a newer one out that's comparably priced, if I'm not mistaken, but I think it's stereo only, and also I think it's a non-Bluetooth setup, so you might not get as much as much clarity in your sound with it. And there might be a bit more radio frequency type interference with it, could possibly be. Yeah, I would still recommend this over that. Overall, yeah, I recommend it as a buy. Definitely, it's like I said, it's the best wireless headset for the money. And yeah, I guess that just about wraps it up, guys. So please subscribe. Helps me out a lot. I really appreciate you guys watching the vid. And oh yeah, don't forget to like the vid too if you dig it. And I will catch you guys with the next one. Okay, thanks. Later.